What is the innermost layer of the heart wall called? Hi, I'm Hayley from Parallel Coaching, and in this video we're going to use a mock question to dissect it and understand everything we need to know about the layers of the heart and the walls of the heart in preparation for your level 3 anatomy and physiology exam. But before we go any further and dive into the mock question, I want to let you know that there are 3 further mock questions that will help test your knowledge on today's content. All you need to do is, if you're watching on our blog, scroll to the bottom of the blog and you'll see the mock questions there. Or you can click the link that is with this video and it will take you straight to that blog. Similarly, if you're on our YouTube channel, make sure you click the red button to subscribe so that you get other videos like this. Now let's go and understand what it is we're looking at when we're talking about this particular mock question. And it will quite commonly occur, especially in your level 3 anatomy and physiology multiple choice exam. So let's look at the mock question to start off with. What is the innermost layer of the heart wall called? So we need to unpick some keywords out of this question. First of all, it's saying what is the most innermost. So it's talking about the fact that there must be multiple layers, and it's looking for the one that is furthest inside, the innermost layer. Then it's also, when you unpick the rest of the question, there's a part that talks about heart wall. Now we need to now know that this is relating to the heart, the cardium, the heart muscle that we have, and that heart wall, so the wall that goes around the heart, and we're looking for the innermost layer of that. So now we need to explore both those terms and understand what the answer is looking for. So let's first of all break down and understand what the layers of the heart wall are. Now, just like you have a house, and a house has walls, a house also has rooms, just like your heart does, and it also has an electrical supply, just like your heart does. But it also has walls, just like your heart does. Now, if you think about your house walls, inside those house walls, you have several layers. It's not just bare brick. Either side of that brick, there's either cladding on the outside, for example, or you'll have plasterboard and plaster on the inside. So you've got different layers that make up the wall in your house. And similarly, you have different layers that make up the wall in your heart. Now, these are the layers of the heart wall, and that's what we're going to explore now. We have 3 layers that make up the heart wall. They are called the Epicardium, the Myocardium, and the Endocardium. Now, there's something to notice here. They all end with the word cardium. So if in your mock question, you've got other options in here that don't include the word cardium, then you know that they definitely can't be the answer to this question, because cardium means of the heart. So it relates to the heart. Cardiac, cardium, cardia, these all relate to meaning the heart or of the heart. Therefore, we're talking about layers of the heart. You need to make sure that's in the answer you choose. So that's the first thing to notice. Then these 3 layers are the outermost, the middle, and the innermost. And now let's work out which way round they are. First of all, the epicardium is the outer layer. Now, I like to think of this as it's epic, it's big, it's the outermost layer. Imagine this as the cladding on your house. It's on the outside of your house. And the role here is that it's a very small, thin layer of cells made up with fat and connective tissue. And this basically has a protective outside membranous sheath all the way around the outside of the heart. And that is the epicardium. It is the outermost layer, and epi meaning the outer, and therefore like epic is the largest, it's the biggest layer. Then let's go into the middle layer. And this, just like the house wall that you have, or the walls in your house, these are made of brick. They are the main chunky part of it. In your heart, it's made of muscle. And this is called the myocardium. This is the middle layer. Now, the myo means muscle and the cardium means heart. So it literally translates as the muscle of the heart. So this layer is like the brick part of your walls in your house, but it's made of a very special type of muscle, and that is a cardiac muscle. It's not found anywhere else in the human body. However, it is very specific, and it's striated, which means it can contract maximally to create those forceful contractions in the heart. Then it also means that it's involuntary, which is really important because we don't want to have to think about our heart contracting. We want that to happen involuntary and automatic. So that is our middle layer, which is the myocardium, made up of a cardiac muscle, which is striated and involuntary. Then as we move in towards the innermost layer of the heart wall, now we have the endocardium. Now endo, I like to think of like end of the line, but it means the smallest, the innermost, okay? So it's the innermost layer, meaning endo, and I like to think end of the line. But endocardium is that innermost layer, and it is made up of connective tissue and also endothelial cells, and this basically creates a really smooth lining on the inside of the rooms of the heart, and which are the chambers, and also the valves, which are kind of like the doors of your house. So you now have this understanding that in your heart you have very clear similarities to your house, which makes it easy for you to remember. And think about the fact that you have this plaster on the inside of your walls in your house. That's like the endocardium, that's the plaster and paint. It goes across the inside of the walls, which is our heart chambers, and it's also across the doors, which is our heart valves. So then we have a really clear understanding to say that this endocardium is on the very most inside. Then we've got the myocardium, is the muscle, that's the main chunky part that does the contracting, and then on the outside we have the epicardium. So that gives you all three layers of the heart wall. Now, using this information, you can go back to the mock question. I'll read it one more time. What is the innermost layer of the heart wall called? It's very straightforward. It talks about the innermost layer, so hopefully you have answered this in your mind already with endocardium. Now that you have the answer, make sure you go and check your knowledge with the remaining 3 mock questions that are alongside this video. And as you're sort of working through the content, if you are looking for more help about understanding key anatomical and physiological concepts ready for your level 3 anatomy and physiology exam, then make sure you check out the invite that's alongside this video for the Revision Mastery Bootcamp to really help you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.